Okay, awesome. Jason, I'm so excited to be able to chat with you today. I've been looking so forward to doing yours because you are one of the agents who I feel like I don't see you as much, but I talk about you a lot because when people say, that they don't know if they can be a capper and work a full-time job, I'm like, you need to hear about Jason Smith. So, I was really excited to get to chat with you today. So thank you for doing this. And I just want to start with, if you can start, just introduce yourself, tell a little bit about your business background, when you got started, and all that stuff.
Okay, well, I am Jason Smith. I'm located here at our Keller Williams Legacy Group Market Center in Richmond, Kentucky. I have been in the real estate business since 2006, so I'm near 20 years in the business. And I have been here at KW Legacy Group since we opened in Richmond, Madison County here in Kentucky in 2017, and I've not looked back.
I love it. Hey, and I guess I knew this, but I forget. But I think but we got licensed the same year because I was 2006 also. So me and you next year will have our 20th anniversary.
Time flies.
It really does fly. It's crazy. Okay, so what did you do before you got licensed?
What did I do? Well, I was a school teacher, and believe it or not, I still am a school teacher. I was teaching school, started in '98, and for some reason, somehow, I decided I wanted to be a real estate appraiser, and I got a license certification with that. And it was a good time in real estate back in 2006 for those who were there like we were.
Yeah.
There was lots of new construction happening all over the country, and especially here in Richmond and Berea and Lexington, Kentucky. So wasn't ever interested in being a realtor per se. I thought being a real estate appraiser would kind of get me into the real estate industry and allow me to teach school, and I did that. However, I never had any luck becoming an appraiser. So they were limited to like 2 or 3 people per appraiser, and I just couldn't find anyone to take me on because of the demand was so strong at that time in 2006. And I'd always said I'm not going to be a real estate agent. So with that being said, I thought, oh, okay, we'll try it one time. And went ahead and just kept pushing and went to real estate school and got my real estate license and started in 2005 or 6, and just like that, jumped into the business, and I've never looked back. I fell in love with it really quickly, and
Yeah.
things happen for a reason, and I'm glad to be where I'm at today.
How was it early on for you? Did you have like quick success when you very first started selling? Did it take you a minute, or talk about that?
Um, it did take me a minute to get started in the industry. Doing widespread marketing and limited time on my hands to do a lot of prospecting. We were a lot of print advertising back in
Yeah.
2006, so there wasn't
Yeah.
really social media and quick hits, mass texting, and just things that we use today back in 2006. So it did take me a little longer to get started in the business, but I remained on course and kept working in the business, at the business as much as I could, and to learn as much as I could on my
Yeah.
own. And things just kind of started working out in my favor, luckily, as the years went along.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Okay, can you think about your time before you made the move to Keller Williams Legacy Group, from a previous brokerage to where you are? Like, talk about that. What was like? Did you have any challenges there? And then what was it like when you joined us, when you actually came to KW? I remember when you joined,
Yeah.
but
Well, I feel like I was probably just selling and swimming in isolation as a realtor.
yeah,
I was doing a lot of self education. I was with some franchised brokerages that are nationally known, a couple of them, as a matter of fact. But I never really could get the training and just the I think someone looking over my shoulder, shadowing me, and just wanting to give me their own ideas that they've seen work, like I've learned here in this franchise. So really, it was more or less, it was like on my own. Everything I was learning was on my own. I felt like things were happening. For example, I never could figure out why I would sell someone a house and 5 years later, they were listing it with a different agent in my own brokerage. I
Oh,
never
it's the
understood that. What's
worst
going on?
feeling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what's happening? What am I doing wrong? So, I just looking back, I wished I would have had someone looking over my shoulder to train me and educate me on how I could be a better realtor for myself and the brokerage.
Yeah. Well, and one of the reasons why I always use you as such a great example, Jason, of just an agent that I wish everyone would be like is because you're so learning based. Like you work a full time job, you have a beautiful family, you have a wife and kids, you all travel, you do all the things, and yet you still like watch the trainings and you show up in the summer when you're not in school and you are always engaged. And I see so many agents who think like they get to a point that they've learned it all, and they stop, and then they really start to lose market share. And you've just never been like that, and I'm so appreciative because I think it's attributed to your growth year after year.
Yes, and I guess we're on the other side. Before I landed at Keller Williams, the, that causes me to respect the business here much more in Keller Williams Legacy Group and
Yeah.
Keller Williams International, because if you listen and you do the things that are offered to you, that agents, top mega agents throughout the United States that are always openly, freely to share with us, they've seen work, and if you will put it to use, I mean, it can definitely happen.
Yeah, totally. Um, can you think of any like specific changes that you noticed early on besides the trainings, or I mean, I know your production has grown almost every year. Your income has grown. I mean, all of those things. Any other changes or like ripple effects that you've seen?
Well, I think I can definitely see a lot of ripple effects, and that comes back to really Dana Gentry here, and that's teaching her agents about top of mind. Top of mind didn't mean a whole lot to me in 2016, but when I come over here, and Dana was doing a lot of our trainings for our entire brokerage back in 2017, 18, 19, and still does quite a few today. But I listened a whole lot to Dana, and getting top of mind was one thing that I had never really thought of. I should have. I mean, it sounds very simple, but when you're out running up and down the highways and showing houses and listing houses, things like that, they can kind of slide over your shoulder. So
Yeah.
staying top of mind, that right there, building that moat around my business has taught me that, working with my database, my
Yeah.
sphere of influence, those two pieces of my business alone have been they've just helped grow my business exponentially, whether or not they're repeat business, unlike I was receiving as a whole and before I joined Keller Williams Legacy Group, or just as simple as some great referrals. I just had a great referral yesterday for a client who was looking at near $1 million for
Wow.
a home to buy. I mean, I
Yeah.
sold last year one referral from a previous client. Ended up selling $2.4 million to several people in the family combined. So I mean, I learned really fast that if I will work, dig deep, nurture my clientele, there's business to be made and had.
Yeah. Absolutely. Oh my gosh. Yes.
And I really was not experiencing that before, I joined Air Brokerage. I mean, I was hustling a lot of open houses, getting a lot of business that way,
Yeah.
and I still try that today. But the referrals and just growing my database was not something that I really took as serious as I do now.
Well, I love that you said that because honestly, Jason, so many agents, I think, well, you're such a relationship based person that this was never you, but so many start and they think it's just such a transactional business. And so they're always chasing that next transaction as opposed to building deep relationships with their database and being top of mind like you have done, because then those are like the come list me calls that you get or the referral calls, which are so much easier than, grinding to find new business
Right.
every week.
And I think that's where I was at, 8 years ago. I
Yeah.
was really more or less still stuck in the transactional business, not necessarily relational, and not planning for the future as a realtor
Yep.
when I should have been. So, I still could kick myself today. But again, I'm very thankful for where I'm at, because, I mean,
Yeah.
it's turned around pretty quick. And as you said
Yeah.
earlier, my sales have continued to grow. My database is growing. So I feel like I'm in, on the
Yeah.
right track. I'm always looking for ways to continue to grow that though, and broaden it out, and get more
Yeah.
folks in the database.
Well, okay, this wasn't a question before we go on to like kind of advice you would give to other agents and stuff, because I do use you as such a case study all the time. Talk about the agent who maybe still has a full time job. Like you have been a teacher for you are a full time teacher. You have been a lot of your business has come, I think, from your network there too. But give advice, or what would you say to the agent who maybe still has a full time job? How do you consistently cap with us every single year? You've never not capped. You've never not had a year, and you have another full time job.
Well, I feel like one thing that I do try to implement is automation in my business, whether that be drip email campaigns, text drips, automated mailing. I just always look for ways to automate my business, but yet, we want it to look, and feel nurturing and
Yeah, real.
personal and
Yeah,
real. Yes, but that's one strategy I've always had to use was
yeah,
automation. So I do a lot of automation with thank you cards, 1 year anniversary cards, just lots and lots of touches that I make are automated. However, I do time block. I
yep,
understand that you can't really do a lot of prospecting and things like during the day, but you can prospect the folks that you work with. They can be good prospective clients. I started out selling a lot of homes to teachers in this business back in the younger days, and so you can prospect your people that you're with, that you work with, but time block. You always want to spend some time prospecting,
yep,
spend some time getting educated with how
yep,
you can, come up with the way that you want to run your business, because there are so many different strategies out there for realtors. But I think you got to kind of pick what you're comfortable with. Mine's not door knocking, even if I was full time. Okay, I do like mailing, so I can mail even while I'm
yeah, totally.
in school. So I think you got to look for things like that right there. KW Command, I use a lot of drip
Yep,
campaigns out of KW Command, and you can create those through auto mated ways such as ChatGTP. I mean, I
yeah,
do a lot of ChatGTP
yep.
automated text, group text, or drip email combo of text email campaigns. I mean, you can do that as well. I mean, so
Well,
automate your
it's
business, especially when you
hmm
want to hit so many people at one time. I mean, if you got a big
yeah,
database, it's just about impossible to be able to pick the phone up and call them all. But training such as our DTD4 training, I don't know if that I would recommend that to
yeah,
part-time agents and full-time agents, which is another great nugget for Keller Williams Legacy Group. We educate inside our four walls and the roof here in Richmond, but we're also really good at educating outside the
yeah.
four walls nationally with our KW MAPS coaching. So,
Oh
I
yeah.
do invest in that MAPS coaching to where you stay on track. You run a calendar really strictly, and you
Yep.
contact your database 4 times a year. And the way it's broken up, it's pretty easy to do.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. That personal touch 4 times a year is really key. I know you do so many touches. If you don't know this, Jason, that's okay. Do you know about how many times a year you touch your database, like
Right now,
between
I feel
mail and
like I'm getting close to 100.
yeah, I was gonna say you've got to be close to 100 because you were.
Yeah.
I mean, we were telling people to get to 52 as quick as they could 2 or 3 years ago, and you were past 52, 50 then. I remember.
Yes, I probably get close to 100. I mean,
That's
I
great.
just did a short little client appreciation event here at the office for the pie event.
Yeah,
Uh,
how was that?
it went good. I had quite a few people show up, and I had 36 contacts alone just for that pie event.
Wow, yeah.
So
That Jason, that's so good because so many agents that will be like, I can never get to 200 touches a year or 100
yeah.
touches a year and I'm like, if you just did 1 or 2 events, you would get there because the
Mhm.
pre-touches and then the post touches just around the events alone.
Yes, and it opens up new conversations, when they do come, or even if they want to
Yeah.
text you back about so and so thinking about selling next year. So, I mean, it's a great way to touch. I mean, we're doing the Cookies with Santa office wide here at Keller Williams Legacy
Yeah.
Group in December. So that'll be another 30 or 4 touches times, it's going to be another 36 set of touches, right
Yeah.
there. So that's 72 in just 2 client events that I will
Yeah.
do
That's so
alone,
good.
outside of some picking up the phone and giving them a call and send them several texts and mailers. Do a lot of
Yeah.
mailing too, by the way. I forgot to say mailing earlier.
Yeah,
Do a lot
mailing
of
is
contacts
back
with
right now,
mailing.
by the way. ROI on direct mail is back. And I just heard this. This is just, I might have shared this on another one, but this will just be for you, Jason, in case I haven't told you this. Um, from Gary Keller's top 100 agent mastermind group that he does. So all the top 100 agents across the company, the best ROI they've had on direct mail has been authentic things. So like several of them shared that recipe cards are up, but not going to like recipes.com and getting a recipe. They're sending out a postcard with like their recipe or like their mom's recipe
Oh,
or their
okay.
wife's recipe, like because anybody can go online and find the best
Yeah.
scallop potatoes for Thanksgiving. But if they're like, well, wow, this is Jason's wife's recipe, like those are things that people are holding on to, because in a world where AI and stuff is getting to be so big, people are really like they're craving that. Well, you started with it because they're feeling so isolated. They're craving that like real, authentic engagement,
Yes.
which is really kind of cool because I just think it can set people apart who are doing mailers like you.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I do mail quite a bit. I mean, it just again, it goes back to that top of mind topic and things like
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
I just want to. I know they're just going to toss it straight into the trash, but again, they're seeing my face, my name, my picture, my logo. So,
yeah. They are. Okay, so what's like one lesson that you've learned, the biggest one you would say that you want others to know, other realtors to know in here?
I think my biggest lesson, there's lots of lessons I've learned. I could probably talk a lot about this one, but I think just believing in yourself,
Yeah.
being consistent with the strategies that you love to implement, be consistent with them. Uh,
Yep.
Work on going deep and wide with what your niche is in the business, whether it be, especially with new agents, they starting out with doing open houses, door knocking, working expired listings, things like that. I do not
Yep.
work expired listings or for sale by owners, but do a lot of open houses. But I think you just got to be consistent and keep believing in yourself. If you will stay with the course,
Yep.
and it does take time, you will be successful in this business, and you will see, and Dana will see your business grow. Um,
Yep.
we'll all see your business grow. I mean, I've seen so many newer agents in our office
Yeah.
come through and maybe sell a house or two, maybe a year or so, and before you know it, I mean, they're humming. They're selling
Yeah,
a
they are.
lot of real estate, and I'm like, whoa, what are they doing?
Yeah, it's so true. Yep, I love it. Belief
I
and
think the
consistency.
productivity coaching is a very important
Oh yeah.
tool that we offer. If I were you, I didn't have that tool as a new agent in 2005. I would definitely suggest that you take advantage of our productivity coaching here at Keller Williams Legacy Group.
Yeah.
And if once you graduate, and if you think it's still a really good, I'm not making any extra money off this either, by the way. I'm not going
Yeah.
to. But even once you graduate, and you're not feeling comfortable, stick with it. Do 3 to 6 more sales. Get you a dozen
Yeah.
in. So I
Yeah,
think it's a real.
totally.
I wished I would have had that. I guess that's why I bring the productivity coaching up. I wished I would have had productivity coaching when I was a new agent. So I'm kind of jealous, but I'm really happy that we offer that in our brokerage.
Yeah, it's so good. Yeah, we like for our agents to go in it for their first 6 transactions, but like you said, Jason, we have several that stay until it will hit 12 just because they want to keep going. Is there something that maybe you used to believe that you no longer believe? Speaking of belief in yourself and what you just talked
Well,
about.
I mean, I used to believe I couldn't do it.
Yeah,
I mean, I really did. I had that, there's no way I can be like that realtor over there.
yeah,
So, I did believe that. And so being a part-time agent and if I can do it, you can do it.
Yeah.
We just have so many resources throughout this brokerage and franchise. It's just unreal, and I appreciate Dana's sense of urgency that she does create for us in this brokerage, and that how important that we stay ahead of the curve. She starts really early. She's right now working in quarter 4 here and
Yeah.
getting everybody ready with business planning and things like that. So please take advantage of what we have to offer. It's there.
Yeah, thank you for saying that. I always say I feel so convicted that I never want an agent to ever come to me and say, "Well, you never told us that this was coming, or you never said that we needed to know this," because
Yeah,
I wouldn't be able to sleep at night. So I'm like, okay, I got to get on it
yeah.
and figure out what's coming up. Um, what's the biggest internal growth or change that you've experienced?
I think really the biggest internal growth that I've experienced is just again the belief. It starts with the belief system. I feel like
Yep.
I think it's the belief system that I have learned to implement and guide myself in this industry. And back to education, that right there has helped me tremendously to get trained with research-based strategies that help me grow my business and that I know that work and that I see that work. So with me
Yeah.
believing in myself, it just kind of triggers me to do some things, to go out on my own and learn some things through our brokerage. And as Dana said, Dana may not always see me with her, but I promise Dana that I am really doing a lot of learning behind the scenes to
Yeah.
learn this industry because it's an ever-changing industry as well.
Totally.
Don't forget. It's an
Yes.
ever-changing industry. So just because I pick up a book and read or listen to a podcast, Dana has a great podcast, by the way,
Thank you.
or watch a video, a YouTube video, or subscribe to a KW Maps mini coaching session
Yep.
doesn't mean I stop at the end of the year. I continue to work and keep growing into the next year because our market is always changing, and
Yeah,
AI is a big thing that
especially
we're.
now with AI. That's what I was just
Yep.
going to say. Especially with AI. I mean, it's crazy. I was talking. Actually, Linda and I just recorded a podcast. Speaking of this week, but I keep hearing Gary say this, and at Gary Keller, and it's so true. He says realtors don't have to worry about AI replacing them. Like it's not, they're not going to go sell a client a house, but they do have to worry about the other realtors who are utilizing AI replacing them.
Yes, yes, and I'm already trying to actually get into some AI to see how it can help my business.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm already kind of going back and editing and reworking some of my KW command
So good.
email and text drip campaigns to get a little better.
Yeah, that's so good. Well, okay, on the tail end of that, where do you see your business going in the next year or two? We kind of talked about this a little bit,
Um,
but
well, I hope that I see it continuing to trend upwards.
yeah.
I hope to see it continue to grow. I plan on continuing to make those touches,
Yeah.
keep the learning going, and up my prospecting game to grow my business. And I just think for now it's just making this adjustment, like you were saying, to the AI world to
Yeah.
try to live with it and not without it, and just kind of develop some more prospecting pillars to
Yeah.
grow my business, to add to my database, and just watch it grow, grow, grow.
Yeah, you just do such a great job of nurturing and touching your database, and it's just so key. I mean, it's people's database is their data bank. I mean, it's really the foundation of your business.
Yeah, grow that mailing list. Grow that mailing list.
Yeah.
Just grow, grow, grow.
Yep. Do you know about how many you mail to now?
Right now, I don't mail to a lot, but I do a lot of my past clients and things like that. I
Yeah.
email more than mail. Right now, probably close to 200 a month, and those are,
Which
and
I
I
like
probably
that
should.
better though, Jason, because you're hitting them more. Like I'd rather people do a smaller number and hit them very consistently, like you do, as opposed to do a 5,000 every door direct mail, touch them once and never touch them again. Like that's a
Yes,
waste of money.
it is. So that's what I do. I have more that I can add to my mailing list, but I keep a lot of my
Yeah.
clients out of state. I know they say mail them even though if they're out of state, and I do
Yeah.
some, but not
Yeah.
always. I do make sure I email them, and do some text campaigns with my out of
Yeah.
state clients who've relocated out of state. So
What's your bet?
it's
What do you think is your best thing that you mail? I know I didn't have this on the questions to ask you, but I'm just curious. What do people respond more to something else than another?
I mean, they don't. They may give you some feedback. They
Do you do
like the birthday
magnets
cards.
or birthday cards? Okay,
They
yeah,
like the birthday cards, the happy home anniversary cards. Oh,
yeah,
this is your third year of anniversary. Glad you're doing well in your home. I hope it's going well. Blah blah
yeah,
blah. But I've started this new mailing campaign through Personal Marketing Company, and it's
yeah.
like a five year mailing campaign, power campaign.
Wow,
So it will last for 5 years, and
wow.
I think that's going to be really good. I just started it last year, so not only will those clients get that campaign, but they're still my monthly campaign, so mailing
Yep,
campaign, so they're going to get even more touches. So I like that
yeah.
personal marketing campaign. The first card goes out as a happy congratulations with the purchase or the sale of your home. Their home's on the front of the card. It's some really cool stuff. I like it.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Okay, so last quick two questions. And I know it's been a minute since you have made a change, thank goodness, because I would never want you to go anywhere. But I also know you probably remember when you did make a change. So if there was another realtor that was considering moving brokerages, but they just weren't really sure, what advice would you give to them?
Well, my advice for you would be at least give us the opportunity to sit down and have a one-on-one or a small group discussion, and let
Yeah.
us hear out what your needs and your concerns are,
Yep.
and where and what you want to be in your business to see what we have to offer you and match up with you to help you grow your business.
Yeah.
I'm not to be biased or anything like that, but again, you're talking to a realtor here who has been in 3 or 4 different brokerages,
Mm-hmm.
and I already knew about Keller Williams before Keller Williams came to Richmond. And
Mm-hmm.
once KW opened the doors up here, I mean, I ran this way and didn't turn back. Okay, as you can
Mm-hmm.
see, Dana on here is a very supportive operations manager. We have an
Yeah.
extremely supportive broker and
Oh yeah.
Yvette Kelly in our office, and so many more names that I can mention, but I'm not going to spend all day. But yeah, at least sit down, talk to us. Let us show you what resources we have in our building and outside of our building. There's nothing out there that I really believe that we could not offer someone who really is interested in growing their business, multiplying their business, and making a really solid career out of being a real estate agent.
Yeah, I love it. Thank you for saying that. I'm excited even for next year. Some things you'll hear when we make some announcements at the beginning of the year, but just even more value that we're bringing to our agents next year. Just because you hit it, Jason, but stuff's changing so quickly, and so we've just constantly, got to keep giving the value. Well, your journey has been incredible, and I just am so grateful that you are just a picture of the perfect cultural agent that I would love to have all of our agents be like in our office. If you could summarize your transformation, say in like a sentence or a word or something like that, what would you think it would be?
Well, first, I did leave out one very important person,
Oh
and that's
yeah.
Dylan Ballard.
Oh
Dylan is
yeah.
our new market team manager
Team
here in our
leader. Yep.
office, and Dylan is dynamic. See Dylan if you ever need anything. Dylan, he's a young guy who's full of energy, and man, I feel like he's one I can already pick the phone up and call. He'll
And
do
talk about
anything to help
the
you.
social media AI. I mean, I am so grateful for Dylan too. Dylan teaches me something every day with it.
Yeah.
I'm like soaking it up. I'm like, teach me what you're doing. It's so
Yeah,
good.
Dylan loves these people, and Keller Williams just the structure of this company, and
Yeah.
that is the way it's structured. They love their people. It's not a me type
Hmm.
brokerage or business model where we're all together as one. So, back to your question, one word, just love what you're doing.
Yeah.
You do, regardless of what we offer here at this brokerage, which is more than any local brokerage in Madison County. Love what you're doing, and you're going to grow and you're going to succeed. I hope you see that I love what I'm doing, and
Hmm.
or there's no way I would be here today. And I'm very thankful for Dana and all the support that we have here. So,
Yeah.
and I'm always open to helping anyone in this office as well. I want this office to know that. And I think I've had that conversation with you and
Oh
Dylan
yeah.
as well during some of our one-on-one meetings. And that's just because I'm not here in person so much. I'm still just a phone call away or a text message for any agent, whether they are a seasoned agent or a newer agent just wanting to get some tips on how to improve something. I mean, I'm here for you.
Well, thank you so much for being such a great agent and for just all that you do for the office and for other agents and really just for being the example. I mean, you just have been such a great example, Jason, and your business growth is tremendous every single year. It's just been so consistent. Heather and I were talking about you the other day, and I said the thing about Jason is he is consistent. He just is very consistent, and that is a great thing in an agent because so many agents, when you pull up their stuff, it looks like a roller coaster. They have a great year, a down year, a great year, a down year.
We've had that conversation. I mean, and
Yep.
I've learned that with you and several other
Yep.
KW trainings that I've gone on, and it is consistency. It's picking and it's choosing and it's going the course and letting
Yep.
things happen, and watching things happen.
Yes, very true. Well, thank you so much for this. I can't wait to see how your business shakes out the next year or two. I think it's going to be your best yet. I really do.
We're going after it.
Sounds good.
Thank you.